Okay, so we're going to do lesson 4 for slope and rate of change. Remember, we're talking about slope, which is the steepness of a line, and we've talked about it in terms of using the variable m to represent slope, and slope is equal to rise over run. When we're doing slope, when we have our rise over run, we have to make sure they're in the same units. So sometimes you might have to convert to make sure that you have the correct answer. Because slope is a ratio, but you can't have that ratio without being in the same units. So we did some of that. Then yesterday we calculated slopes from graphs. So if we had a line drawn on a graph, we use those points and those blocks to count for a rise and run and calculate our slope. And then we did horizontal and vertical slope. So we can have 4 different kinds of slope. We can have it moving up, which is positive, down, which is negative. We can have a horizontal line where slope equals 0, or we can have a vertical line where slope is undefined. So that's where we left off, and you guys did what do you call deducted steals. And today we're going to talk about drawing slope. That's our first lesson. So we're on page 16 in your student note package. And we're going to learn a little system for how to draw a slope. And I'm going to expand each of these so it's easier to see. So we're given a point, and we want to draw a line given that point and given the slope. Now remember, when we talked about this is our rise over run. So it would be -2 over 3. So if it's negative, that means we count down for our rise because we're going downwards. So we go 1, 2, and then we would count over for our run. 1, 2, 3. Once we've done that, we found that point, then we can connect our starting point to our new point. Now, I'm writing on an iPad, so I can't use my ruler because then it shifts the screen. On yours, hopefully you printed the paper out and you can use a ruler to connect those nice little dots. Okay, so bear in mind that, I can, try and draw it prettier. Using this ruler in here to kind of line those things up. And then I guess I can do it like that. And then I can make my ruler go away. But it's a little more challenging. So I'm more sketching. Okay, so let's look at number 2. We have our point. We have our slope is 1 over 5. So remember, that's rise over run. So that means it's positive. So I go up 1 and I go over 5. Now I can put in my ruler. I want the starting point and the ending point. I'm just going to line those up. And there we go. Okay. And again, it's easier to do this on paper than an iPad, which is where I'm doing mine. Slope. So here we have slope is 3 over 8. So this is our rise over our run. It's just counting. It's positive, so the rise is going up. So 1, 2, 3, and the run is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, put in my ruler. Isn't that nice? Try and draw them nice along this ruler. And there we go. I have my line. So we're basically, if you're given a point and a slope, you should be able to plot those on a grid and be able to draw those slopes. So let's do another one. Slope equals 0. So if it's equal to 0, that means it's horizontal. So that means that our rise is 0 and then it's over anything. So we could say over 5. Doesn't really matter. So as long as when we draw this, we have a nice straight line. So mine is a little sketchy, but I did my best. So if I did 0 over 5, but you could also do 0 over 3 or 0 over 1, and that would still give you a line that fit the criteria. Okay, as long as it's a horizontal line. Okay. Undefined. Undefined is vertical. So taking that, we just want a nice vertical line. Doesn't matter where from where. So we'll sketch it in like this. And that would be our vertical line. Whenever you see those zeros and undefined, you can figure them out that way. Okay. We have a slope is negative 7 over 5. So make the rise negative and the run positive. So we're counting down. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll put our ruler in. And we will join up those points. Okay. And that would be our line. It's a negative slope, 7 over 5. Okay. Let's do a few more. What I'd like is for you guys, I'm going to let you guys try it. So try 7, 8, 9, and 10. When you've done them, then press play again and we'll work through them and you'll see if you got them right. So press stop now. Okay, and we're back. So 7, slope is 1 over 3, so that's rise over run. So my rise is 1 and my run is 3. So, and I get my ruler in there. There we go. And that would be our line. For 8, hopefully we got that one right. For 8, we have negative 4 over 3. Remember, it's a negative slope, so it's going to be going down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3. We'll put the ruler in. And sketch those. Okay. Hopefully ours looks this way. Take a peek. Okay. Now 9. We have our rise is 3 and it's over our run. So we're going to count up by 3. 1, 2, 3, and over 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's put in our ruler so that we can connect those points. Whoop. Nice straight line. And there we go. Okay. Oh, slope is 0. So hopefully we all drew horizontal lines. Okay. So it doesn't really matter where it goes from here. So I could put it there. We'll just put our ruler in and connect those. And there we go. Okay, so hopefully that's the kind of thing we've got going on. Okay, oops, sorry about that. Let's put our pen back on. Here, slope is negative. So this is the same as negative 4 over 7. So we're going to count down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then over 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa, 7. We're going to guesstimate that one, won't we? Because it's off the grid. So we have to do our best. So when I draw my line, I'm going to draw it, but just go till the end of that. Tricky. It's still a negative slope. It's going down 4 and over 7. And it just happens that that one happens to go off the grid. So hopefully I estimated correctly. Undefined. Undefined means ... We're going to have a vertical line. Okay, so again, I can just pick an endpoint. We're going straight up and down. Save ourselves some work. Put in our ruler. And there we go. Okay, nice, straight, undefined line, vertical. Okay, we've got another slope equals 0. Slope equals 0 means we're going to deal with a horizontal line. Okay, so again, just pick an endpoint. And we're going to put our ruler in. The ruler makes everything look so much nicer. Okay, and that's our line. Now, you could have made it longer or shorter. It's up to you. Could make it just one width, as long as it fits that criteria. Slope is equal to -3. Well, this is the same as having -3 over 1. Don't forget that. Don't put it over 0, because then you're just going to get an undefined line. So it's over 1. So -3 means we're going down. 1, 2, 3, and over 1 goes here. It's a fairly steep line. And we'll connect our rulers. And there we go. Okay, yours might look better than mine. A couple more examples, just a few here. We've got an undefined one. Undefined means vertical. And I'll go write it correctly. So straight up and down, it's way over here. So if I put it here, I can put the ruler in if I want, but I'm actually able to draw it pretty straight. And then slope is equal to 2 over 5. Now remember, it's rise over run. So up to over 5. Okay, put our ruler in, connect the starting and ending points, and then we're done. Okay, oops. So hopefully we've got a bunch of lines that look somewhat like that. And that's all you have to do in order to draw lines when you know a point on the line and the slope. You need to translate your slopes, because your slope is rise over run. So really take that into consideration. It made an impact when we had situations like this one where we had to rewrite it as -3 over 1. And then we also need to take that into consideration when we have a vertical or horizontal line, what that is going to look like. Okay. Now, you've got some practice here to do, and then we will do another lesson. So you're just going to sketch a bunch of lines using those skills that we've done, and then we'll come back